working on the Good Chill Hunting Daily crossword. Maybe you guys can help me out a little bit. Okay. It's 3-letter word. Who, what, when, where, why, and
how.
Okay. Tiny drops of water that form on cool surfaces at night.
Do.
Okay. Yeah. The 21st letter of the alphabet.
You.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This one has kind of been stumping me. Having the same characteristics or qualities as, similar to.
Like.
Oh,
Yeah, nice. Good job.
That's a good one. Okay. A third person plural pronoun.
Easy, them.
Oh, them. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Dang.
Okay, this is the last one. Round, fleshy, edible fruits, typically red, green, or yellow, that grow on trees.
Figs.
Oh,
Doesn't fit.
grapes don't grow on trees, right?
Apples.
Yeah, apples.
Welcome back to the Good Chill Hunting Podcast. How do you like them apples? Riley, ask me what I've been watching this week.
Hey, Josiah, what have you been watching this week?
Classic.
I watched 2 movies this week. I am revisiting the Dark Knight trilogy. It's been a long time, so I watched Batman Begins this week. What are you smiling about?
It's a great movie. I love Batman Begins.
You love Batman Begins? What did you give it?
Either 4.5 or 5.
You gave it 5. You gave it 4.5 and 5. 2 separate viewings.
4.5 and 5.
I gave it 3.5. It's a good movie. I think it's a little played out, I think.
The origin story?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was so groundbreaking. 2005. I guess there was Spider-Man, the Fantastic Four. There were some superhero movies, X-Men movies at that time. Yeah, so it wasn't like the first one, but at least one of the first like really serious, I don't know, Batman movies. Mm-hmm. So I think it does a lot of really cool new things. Very like grounded version of Batman. Is that kind of how people describe the?
Oh yeah, the Christopher Nolan movies are definitely grounded,
realistic, more so. And so I think that's really cool. I think Scarecrow is just a really cool villain. Like some of like the fear effects, like when they just make Batman look a lot creepier and stuff. I think it's really cool. And then I don't know. But the origin stories are cool. But you see them enough times, it kind of is like all right, let's see what else we can do with this material. Which is maybe why the Matt Reeves Batman is a little bit more engaging because he kind of throws you right into it. Yeah, he's still new. He's still
almost.
learning.
I mean, yeah, not origin like the moment of origin, but like soon after.
Yeah, still like a beginner, but not like you're not seeing his.
It's not him discovering himself as the Batman.
But so you really like Iron Man 1 though.
True,
and that's an origin story.
True. It is. And I'm not saying origin stories themselves are bad. I'm just saying if we see them enough times, and I think Batman's is one of Batman and Spider-Man are like the most familiar origin stories.
Yeah. So we've never seen like Tim Burton's Batman. Is that an origin movie? Origin story?
I mean,
or they're like
I feel like every movie they show
like his parents dying,
the alley scene,
probably
the pearls.
They just showed that in Batman v Superman.
You know,
synonymous with
it's
Batman.
It's a very iconic scene, and so it's like people like to see that. But also, it's like it all kind of bleeds together eventually.
Yeah, I think with one of my biggest like with origin stories, like Batman, Spider-Man, is like we know what this story is. So I understand.
Yeah.
Especially with Amazing Spider-Man 1, like we don't need a retelling of the Spider-Man origin story. So I get your problems with Batman Begins.
Yeah.
On saying that though, I really like the movie. I think it's
good. Like it is a good movie. 3.5 is a baseline good movie.
Is it long?
2 hours and 20 minutes, and that's the shortest in the trilogy.
Yeah.
So
Gary Oldman's fantastic as Commissioner Gordon.
I agree.
I know 3 of us aren't the biggest Christian Bale Batmans. I mean, like when I say that, I mean his Batman.
like the raspy voice and all.
Yeah, we're not the biggest fans of that.
Yeah, it's almost a little goofy.
I do think he does really well though as Bruce Wayne.
I swear to God, swear to me, where are the drugs?
He just really talks with his lower jaw.
Mm-hmm.
Where is Rachel? That's not that movie.
That's the next one.
Yeah.
And then the third one is, where's the bomb? He doesn't know where anything is.
Yeah, as Bruce Wayne, he's very charismatic, very much plays into like the playboy aspect of it.
Which I really appreciate.
I am buying your hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun. You don't get that as much in the Matt Reeves, at least the first movie.
Oh no.
The charismatic Batman.
I feel like his version of Bruce Wayne, and I might be incorrect on this, seems similar to his character from like American Psycho.
Yeah, Patrick Bateman.
Yeah.
I would say so.
Maybe not in every way, but just kind of
Channeling that energy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. So anyway, I'll be watching the rest of that trilogy here in the next couple weeks. And then the other movie I watched was a rewatch for me. I watched The Peanut Butter Falcon. I saw that in theaters back in 2019, and I gave it 2.5 stars.
You're low.
Which was lower than anybody else was giving it. And so on this rewatch, I give it 4 stars. Mm-hmm. It's a very feel-good movie.
It is.
You guys have both seen it.
Yeah, I think I gave it 4 stars when I watched it the first time.
I gave it 4.5.
It's a very simple movie. My one observation, usually I feel like we're commenting that this movie could be shorter. You could cut 10 minutes right here. This movie, I'm like, this movie could be longer. It's like 97 minutes and it ends so abruptly.
I remember the ending comes out of, it's like, oh,
it's just
that's
like
the ending.
Yeah, exactly. You're just like, guess we're done. And if we could get 5 to 10 more minutes just of a resolution, it kind of ends on almost like a cheesy note because nothing quite, the things don't get tied together. They just you kind of get this final image and that's it. So it's like, it's a little unsatisfying, but taking that in perspective of the entire movie, it's like the entire movie is it's like a found family movie. I feel like you're the one always talking about that's why I point at you, found family movies.
I found my own family.
Yeah. And I don't know, about seeing the good in ourselves or seeing the good in others, even when we don't feel like that's there. It's a story of hope.
And what's the main actor's name? That's not Shia LaBeouf. He's a B.
Zach Gottsagen.
Zach Gottsagen. He did I remember him doing a very good job in that.
So anyway, that's just if you're looking for a feel good movie.
I remember when the movie was coming out, I wanted to see it really bad, so I DM'd the directors.
Yeah, I remember that. That was back in
asking when is this coming to Ohio? And they're like, it's coming soon.
I remember that specifically. It was like the middle of the summer, and you were like, bring it to Ohio because it was going to get like a limited theatrical
I saw
release.
it in Omaha. It came to Omaha.
Well, it had a wide release later on, but it was like in the summer.
I saw it in August, I think, August or September. So you're saying.
But I did communicate with the director for a little bit.
Maybe it was like the theaters around us, like maybe you weren't sure.
I don't remember.
But I remember you. Yeah. And then he messaged back, and he's like, "It's coming," and you were like, "Yeah, thank you for responding to my message."
That's funny.
I watched 2 movies. Watched last year's Wicked, and I. Gravity. You do my duet, but you have to go a higher octave.
Us for the next three minutes.
No man, I can go higher. I really did not want to watch Wicked.
Good.
Because it just didn't do anything for me interest wise, but Kenzie wanted to watch it and so we watched it together, and I'm pretty glad I watched it. I gave it 4 stars. It was it was a really fun musical.
I know. I gave it 4 stars as well. It's great.
I couldn't believe how much I was like, Yeah, this is actually pretty enjoyable.
The songs are really good.
The songs-
Colorful. It's fun.
It's very colorful. The music, like by and large, I like pretty much all the songs.
I know.
I went in not really thinking.
Noah starting Wicked. I'm not gonna like any
Yeah.
songs.
My life sucks.
Yeah, it cuts you like beginning of the first song.
Huh.
Yeah.
But
What is this?
Yeah, I didn't think I would be a huge fan of Ariana Grande or Cynthia Erivo. They both did awesome.
Ariana Grande.
Like I
good.
truly, I don't know. Maybe it's just because she's like ex Nickelodeon, or because she's just like an A-list pop star, and I just don't tend to think super highly of them, generally speaking. No, her acting was great, and Cynthia Erivo did great. The setting, I don't really like academia settings. I think
Yeah.
I said that about Harry Potter, but it worked. It was cool.
What was your
And
favorite
then they
song?
go to the Emerald City. I mean, Defying Gravity is obviously like pretty good.
Yeah.
But the Cynthia Erivo or Elphaba,
Yeah.
she's singing when the main guy like she finds out she has feelings for him,
Mhm.
and she sings "I'm Not That Girl."
Yeah.
And I was like,
You aren't that girl.
I'm like really enjoying the song. But the intro song, like "No Love for the Wicked" or something is
Yeah.
what it's called. That's like a whole big musical piece, so everyone's dancing and stuff. And yeah, it was just like it was pretty good.
Well, I feel like we've spent a lot of time on this podcast talking about bad musicals.
Yeah.
You kind of get jaded to the idea of a good musical.
I've watched a lot of bad musicals since the start of this podcast.
But I'm gonna see the sequel when it comes out. Like
That's
Yeah.
this year, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
good.
and a lot of prequels will like. I feel like their biggest downfall can be like when they try too hard at like setting up origin stuff.
Well, I hear this is like a retelling of Wizard of Oz.
Probably,
Yeah.
I don't see how you could. I've never seen The Wizard of Oz,
Guilty as charged.
but I think you would have a hard time tying this origin story into the original.
Yeah.
Just based on depictions and stuff. But I feel like as far as prequels go, like they do like kind of a like I was not irritated by how they like set up like, and this is where she got her hat, and this is where she got her broom, and this is how Glinda got her name and stuff. I thought it worked pretty well.
My two favorite songs are Loathing, Oh What Is This Feeling, and Dancing Through Life. Just want to say that.
What are those ones?
They are on the official Good Chill Hunting playlist on
Wait,
Spotify.
what
Was this Loathing? Unadulterated loathing for your face, your clothing.
Yeah,
I
because
loathe it all.
they don't want to be roommates.
Yeah, and then Dancing Through Life with the love interest. Dancing Through Life. And he's dancing with like the books and stuff.
Oh, in the library
Yeah,
with like
Jonathan
the whole
Bailey.
spinning piece.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that
that
song.
was good. Popular. I knew that song, but
Yeah, that's a good song. They're all
Ariana Grande
songs.
did really well with that.
All bangers.
Yeah,
I believe you.
yeah. Wicked. It was a wicked good. That was the only thing I thought that didn't hook me as much was the story. Like the story's kind of like it's secondary to some of the visuals and music and stuff.
Which is fair.
I'm
Yeah.
definitely curious to see how the second one is.
Yeah, it's a very long movie. It's almost 3 hours. And then I watched Ocean's 12. And I don't like Ocean's 12 as much as I like Ocean's 11,
Yeah.
which was the case back when we watched it 5 years ago.
Which is kind of the case.
For most people.
People say that, right?
Some Letterboxd reviews, I mean, not many, but some of the top rated ones are like, this is my favorite in the trilogy.
Really?
And like, this is a 5-star movie because blah, 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 blah. I rated it 3 stars, which is up from 2.5 previously. It just does not feel as like I could not tell you how the plot like progresses. Like they sort of reveal at the end how they accomplish the heist, but to me I was like, okay, I feel like I missed like 4 or 5 steps. How did we get to this point?
I would say so. It would be helpful on a rewatch. But it was a rewatch.
Me just being frustrated, like
Follow.
I'm supposed to understand it now. So like I just wish I understood it. And some Letterboxd reviews were like, it's the movie's actually not about the heist. It's about
The friends they made along the way.
maybe
The romance with Rusty. And,
Rusty and Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Yeah, Brad Pitt.
It's like maybe.
But that's kind
I
of
don't know.
lame.
Yeah. And it's still a fun time. Like it's shot and edited and the feel is the exact same as the original, which is good. But I do feel like the heist itself, like Ocean's 11 team members, like in the first movie, each one has their role and they play their role. And that's what makes it so cool. In the second movie, you don't really see that. Like, Bernie Mac's character gets arrested during like one of the first stages.
Yeah.
And so he's just in jail the whole movie.
For,
And
like comedic
I remember
relief
that.
or something.
I think they just didn't have a role for him.
So
and
they
so
rim off.
maybe, I can't say for certain, but yeah. And then the very end it resolves and it shows them getting him out of jail and like, that's it. So it's like, okay, like, yeah, not everyone played to their role the way they did in the original.
Yeah.
So I didn't enjoy it as much. And this is a spoiler for Ocean's 12. But I do not like, have you seen it?
No.
Should I not say anything?
You can say it in Pig Latin.
I onte aicle ate.
Oh yeah.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
I'm not going to keep speaking like that.
Should I talk about what I've been watching?
The point that I wanted to bring up is kind of a
We're
fine.
trying to keep the.
I don't like what they do with Julia Roberts in this movie. You can go ahead.
For a statement.
You don't like what they do with Tess?
I don't like what they do with Julia Roberts in this movie.
Oh yeah, I remember. I know now. Okay, I remember.
I was like, boy, I sure do wish Noah would explain what he's talking about.
That Pig Latin sounds a lot like English.
I watched 1960s Psycho, directed by Alfred Hitchcock.
Because you wanted to feel cultured.
Yeah,
Did it work?
I gave it 4 stars. It's pretty good.
I mean, I am surprised. Like that's a pretty decent score for a movie that I feel like I would have trouble.
I think at the
rating that
start
high.
I was not on board with this movie, but I like the movie once it gets to the hotel. I think Anthony Perkins really carries this movie with his performance. He looks just like Andrew Garfield too. So I'll just say that.
Isn't Andrew Garfield like playing him in some sort of biopic?
Really?
No, that's what Riley
I said
said
it-
in
I-
his Letterboxd review. He said,
I said I'm calling it.
I was like, I just saw this somewhere. That's it.
But I do think if I didn't know, because this is from the 60s, you know the twist, I'm sure. Do you know the twist in Psycho?
Probably.
Oh.
I don't think I.
The twist is that they use Hershey's chocolate syrup for the blood.
Well, if you don't know the twist, then you might enjoy the movie more. So,
Actually, maybe
I'm
I
not
don't
gonna
know
watch
twist.
Psycho.
so I did know the twist. The iconic shower scene, that's
Looney Tunes Back in Action was a classic in the Norquist household growing up. And in that movie, they parody the shower scene.
yeah.
And then you see Bugs pouring Hershey's chocolate down the sink or down the shower. And we're always just like, that's hilarious that he's pouring chocolate syrup down there. Come to find out that's what they did for the movie. The blood in that movie is Hershey's chocolate syrup.
Oh.
Or it's like Hershey's.
I literally just said.
I don't think Riley was.
I didn't register that. I don't.
But it sounds like you were saying that as if I didn't just say that either.
I was going to say my little
Podcast going
anecdote
off the rails.
before you said it.
Claiming that.
And everyone agrees that Josiah is dumb. Let me drop some knowledge. Hershey's chocolate.
I just thought you said that randomly as a joke.
Josiah's just like, I just got like chocolate
I
syrup.
got that XD Raw or Spork kind of humor, throwing Hershey's chocolate in there.
Yeah, I thought that was a fun piece of trivia to learn after growing up.
I get no respect on this podcast.
Some other movies have spoofed that scene too, like National Lampoon's Vacation spoofed that scene. Should have watched that as a kid. So, anyways, I I think it's pretty good. Like the suspense is good. I think Alfred Hitchcock does a really good job directing this movie. It's my second movie.
I looked up his filmography after you watched that. He directed so many movies.
I know.
We watched North by Northwest in high school. Went to Walmart, got a little North by Northwest and like the Maltese Falcon or something double pack, because we were like, we like movies. We gotta watch some of these classics. And I remember, I just don't remember anything from them. So
I mean,
I would probably appreciate it more now. But
I was in the right mindset to watch this movie, so I get
which I think you have to be.
Yeah. Then I watched one of my favorite MCU movies. It's up there, probably top 5. Is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I love this movie.
The best MCU movie probably in the last 5 years.
Phase 4.
Maybe longer.
Yeah, that or No Way Home.
So the best MCU
I was going to say that or Deadpool Wolverine.
I give this movie 5 stars. I've seen it 4 times now, I think. I saw it 3 times in theaters.
Yeah.
I really connect to Star-Lord in this movie. I love the emotional beats. I love the humor. I think it's might be the funniest MCU movie.
Really?
Yeah.
I just remember my favorite thing was what they did with Drax. I love that they gave Drax some like actual purpose.
And you might like it more now.
Because I'm a dad?
Yeah. Because he's in the movie, he's like, you're meant to be a dad, not a destroyer.
You're not Drax the Destroyer. You're Drax the dad.
Yeah.
I was just like, yes.
I just remember the scene where Adam Warlock is flying in for the first time.
Yeah.
What song are they playing?
Crazy on You? Is that what it's called?
Yeah. I remember that shot was like super nice. I'm just like, I'm feeling this. Just like a lone spaceman traveling through space with some 80s music going on. I just like, the vibes are on.
There is one line.
Crazy on You by Heart.
Yeah.
It's where Rocket is like dying.
Yeah.
And he's in this like other realm and he's speaking.
Raccoon
He's
heaven.
in Raccoon Heaven. And he's speaking to Lila.
Yeah.
And I just remember she's like telling him all this great stuff and he's just like, can I come? Like he just wanted to be with them again. It was like, wow, that was really touching.
Yeah. But it was like, yeah, but not yet. That's the line.
She says yes, but not yet.
That line is really good.
That is a solid movie.
And I think the villain's really good. The High Evolutionary.
Yeah.
There is no God. That's why I stepped in.
Yeah. It makes me even more excited for James Gunn's Superman. Like if he has, I think he does a really good job of balancing humor and emotional beats.
Did James Gunn write Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah, I think he wrote all of them.
Okay, I know he directed, but like
I think he writes all his movies.
Okay,
cool. Maybe.
Do you think that he will utilize music in the same way he uses it? Because Guardians of the Galaxy, the music is like involved in the story.
Yeah, because
Star-Lord is like an 80s kid and he like has
the mom gives him the
right. So like that's like kind of part of the Guardians identity, but it's also kind of part of James. Well, what did he do in the Suicide Squad? I don't quite remember. But
he definitely had music in that movie.
Maybe it's not going to be like classic soundtracks, but just finding a way to use music as a vehicle for giving the film personality.
I'm sure like when you see Nathan Fillion's Green Lantern, Guy Gardner, I'm sure there's going to be like a needle drop with that.
Yeah. I bet you.
Probably right.
I'm excited.
Yeah, so
it's going to be awesome.
It's going to be great. But yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, 5 stars. One of the best MCU movies. I love it so much.
Speaking of, I don't know, like, good movies speak for themselves. But there's something to be said about, excuse me. This Alani's making me barp. There's something to be said about movies that are edifying, that like make you feel good. I think movies have a time and place where they tell like just dark, depressing stories, because that is the human condition as much as edifying, but that can be exhausting and kind of can drain the soul from your body. And so a few weeks ago, Noah and I's sister Lydia, shout out, she shared a list with us from the Gospel Coalition, really solid website with like Christian articles and stuff, and it's from Brett McCracken, and he curated this list. It's 50, so I only wanted to look at the top 25, but it's 50 edifying films released in the last 25 years. Films that
I looked through the list when she sent it to us, and there was some surprising entries.
Well, I like his his definition or his idea was like, yeah, some of these are maybe like outwardly Christian. They espouse like biblical values and stuff, but sometimes they just leave us feeling enriched and inspired, and it's like, I don't know, embodies the common grace of beauty, goodness, and truth. And I was just like, wow, that is like a good movie. Like you finish Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and you're like, I feel more hopeful.
Yeah, when they're dancing at the end.
Exactly.
It's such a good.
Just set in contrast to, I don't know, just other movies that are good, but they just
The latest raunchy comedy.
Yeah, weep warp. So I wanted to go through some of these. I'll leave the article in the description if you want to look at the full list. He did say that since this is a Christian, this is theoretically for families. There was no R-rated movies involved, but they're all different genres.
Sort of impressive.
Yeah, I mean, and different genres. He's like art house, blockbuster, comedy, drama, animated, international, documentary, and more. So it's nice variety. So Noah's seen some of these, but top 25. Just looking at, and maybe I won't list every single one. Just edifying films. The number 25 he said was Belfast. You remember that one?
It's Kenneth Branagh.
Yeah.
Branagh's, he got a lot of Oscar buzz for that.
Yeah. I think Belfast. Isn't that like the capital of Ireland? No, that's Dublin.
I don't know.
Ireland.
Maybe it's a town in Ireland. I think he's Irish.
But he says it just talked about like the centers on the stable love of a nuclear family. And I feel like a lot of the themes or a lot of what makes a film edifying, according to the article writer's definition, is just like traditional family values or like a strong father-son dynamic.
I do love a good, strong father-son dynamic.
And maybe we'll see some more on here. The next, number 24 was Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh.
And how would you describe that if we were talking about how edifying it is? What words would you, like, what words does that film leave you with when you're done watching it?
Oh man, I could talk a long time about this, but
that's why maybe a few words.
23 more movies.
I think the arc that Peter B. Parker goes on, that he's a failure, that he messed up, that there was a certain thing that has happened in his life that he's not good at.
Mm-hmm.
But this kid comes along in his life to show him that it's okay that you messed up. That doesn't define you. You could take a leap and try again.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of, Miles shows that to Peter B. Parker, while Peter B. Parker is trying to tell Miles, like, you just gotta trust in yourself. Like you are worthy to wear this mask. And to Miles, to Peter B. Parker, you are worthy to be a husband, a dad.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Yeah. So good. And like, just from the perspective of like, the animation in this movie is amazing. Like, just how excellence in in an art form can exude value on its
animated
own.
Films are art,
right? But
like,
just done to the extent of like, it's innovative and it's very intimately, like, intricately crafted and stuff.
Yeah.
So like, that on its own is edifying. Like, just to experience art in its finest form. Great film. Yeah. Then he has AI, artificial intelligence. Very interesting. Moonrise Kingdom.
That's Wes Anderson.
Yeah, I know. I feel like you would probably like that movie.
Probably will.
It's coming of age.
Yeah.
Number 21 was Minari.
Yeah,
you would like that one.
Stephen Yeun.
Stephen Yeun in the 80s, like a Korean family coming to America to start a farm.
Yeah, don't they settle in like Oklahoma or Arkansas or something?
Arkansas, I think. Yeah, I watched it a few years ago with my father, and because it's just about like a family just like trying to build something from the ground up trying
to achieve the American dream sort of deal.
Yeah, and just kind of facing just the things that get thrown at them, but just like resilience, again, family values, and kind of rising up as the leader of the family. Great movie.
Yeah,
I highly recommend. Friday Night Lights,
a football movie.
Yeah, remember the Titans not on here.
The American
I haven't seen
movie list.
Let's see, Amazing Grace. It's kind of the biopic of William Wilberforce, the guy who got eventually to abolish slavery in Great Britain.
Oh.
It's got I don't know how you say his name, Ian or Iowan Grufford, Mr. Fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I've heard of this
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
I know it because Dad watched it.
Amazing Grace. When did that come out?
2006.
Amazing.
It's very much a movie that Dad would choose to watch.
Does sound.
Summer Hours,
Never heard of it.
French film. Don't have much to say on that.
Argenteuil.
And then Still Walking, Japanese film.
Wow.
Konnichiwa.
And then he had number 16, The New World by Terrence Malick. Remember that name.
Yeah.
But The New World, it's like the story of the pilgrims coming over and like John Smith and Pocahontas.
Is that Colin Farrell?
Yeah. I didn't know that. I had looked it up.
I've only seen like the movie poster.
This guy knows his movies.
Yeah, let's see what he had. It's I don't know, he really likes Terrence Malick. I don't quite see what about this one is edifying. I think
That's Tree of Life, right?
keep that in mind.
Okay.
Number 15, you'll love this one. 2023 Celine song,
Past Lives?
Past Lives.
Oh.
I want to watch this.
I
now that I'm reading a little bit more about it.
after looking at the list, that movie is on my radar as well.
Yeah, what do you say? In a modern world where self-indulgence is more common than self-denial and abandoning commitments to follow your heart is grievously esteemed, Past Lives is a refreshing and countercultural romance. It finds elegant beauty in virtue, restraint, and fidelity in a manner that feels all too rare.
I think that's
Riley's like,
I mean, that synopsis is an easy sell for me, or it easily has sold me on the movie.
Yeah.
Like, just
are you actually telling me? Shut up! Look away.
But I think that is like probably like one of the most relevant sort of things that we're seeing in society is like self-indulgence versus restraint. Like the world is going to tell you to do what you want.
Follow your heart, speak your truth, live your truth.
Yeah, do what makes you feel happy versus like there's a lot of virtue in practicing restraint,
self-denial.
And so I have absolutely no idea what the movie's about other than like a Korean girl and her friend,
and
like
an old friend
separate and then reunite.
Gotta watch it.
Yeah, no, I'm very interested in watching that movie sometime.
Let's keep going.
14 in this a trilogy. Think about a whole like movies that we have talked about referred to as like very wholesome children's.
In a trilogy?
Yeah, as of this year, it's a trilogy.
Inside
English,
animated or live action?
The Paddington movies.
Paddington.
I have not seen them.
I love Paddington.
But in The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, they just talk extensively about Paddington 2.
Yeah, it's his favorite movie.
The first, I've only seen the first one, and it was very much just like a feel-good movie.
Yeah.
I think the second one's better.
I was like, keep going.
Man, I love this topic. Keep going.
Yeah, right?
I do.
Number 13, The Eight Mountains, an Italian film.
Spaghetti.
Meatball? Number 12. This is interesting because I've heard of this movie, but I don't know if I ever gave it a second thought. The Lost City of Z.
Yeah, I remember.
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, Tom Holland.
It's
Charlie Hunnam.
Charlie Hunnam. And,
But
Margot Robbie.
No.
What am I thinking of?
Z for Zachariah or
That's
something like
what
that?
Here's what he said. I'm a sucker. So it's a father-son adventure story is what he says. I'm a sucker for
Riley's like,
for father-son adventure stories, especially set in bygone eras when daring jungle explorations and frontier bravery were marks of manly virtue. In the hands of James Gray, one of the best American directors to emerge this century, this story is more than just adventurous. It captures humanity's innate spiritual ache.
so it sounds like a true blue like adventure film with a true blue father-son
dynamic.
story. So it seems, very traditionalist.
But it's based on a true story or inspired by a true story. It's not like Jumanji.
It's not like Z for Zechariah.
So I just feel like anytime nowadays where a father-son dynamic is involved, I'm like, this might be good for the soul. Number 11, Pixar movie.
Inside Out?
Nope.
Coco.
Nope.
Soul.
Nope.
The Good Dinosaur.
First
bad
part
dinosaur.
of the 21st century.
Finding Nemo. Ratatouille.
Up.
You can't just say Pixar.
Cars.
A Bug's Life.
And it's funny because he really only highlights. Oh, I mean, he says it's a great movie, but the first 10 minutes is what he talks about. It's just
I thought he was
such like.
Well, and Carl and Russell's relationship, how they both kind of
Pseudo father.
meet each other and
Pseudo-child.
find out that they needed each other
Yeah.
to fill that sort of that role.
Not my favorite Pixar movie, but I can
it's
recognize
good.
its place.
It's edifying.
Number 10. This is an interesting one. It's also a trilogy, but he points out the first one in it. 2018 Thriller,
Thriller.
directed by
It's A Quiet Place.
A Quiet Place.
Oh. Okay.
He was like, I recommend all the movies in the trilogy.
Well, I was trying to trilogy because it's a prequel, so it's like I was confused.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, okay, yeah, I see that.
No, but John Krasinski and the kids' relationship.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I was going to ask. Like,
It's
how do you
a-
suppose it's edifying? And he just talks about like the familial love and sacrifice at the center of it.
Yeah.
Which is like,
I love that scene when he sacrificed himself because he does like I love you, I always love you, because she was like doubting her father's love for her like
Yeah.
throughout the movie. And what greater love
Maybe
is.
I should rewatch A Quiet Place.
I know. Like, I'm like thinking about these. And I was just like, that sounds like a really
Yeah, 'cause-
touching moment.
Because like she was doubting his love throughout the
Right.
movie,
Right.
I don't remember that.
and then at the like what great love is to sacrifice
Because she was like,
yourself for someone
wasn't it
else?
her fault that the youngest child
Yeah,
in the very
'cause you
opening
can't
scene-
hear because they had the
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I think I gave Quiet Place 3 stars when I saw it. I was like not super impressed with it, but I think
It's sort of
when you talk about a movie,
frankly, talking about this list, it's almost making me want to. It's like moving forward. Am I going to examine movies?
differently.
Yeah, it's like how critical am I of the story versus like, man, I love this family dynamic. Is the movie better because I love that so much?
just like asking, like, is this edifying? Like, do I feel like part of this speaks to my soul, even just a part of it?
But doesn't the Quiet Place 2 and the Quiet Place Day 1, those follow different families, don't they?
No, Quiet Place Part 2 follows the same family.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the day 1 or whatever
Is different.
different.
Yeah.
Number 9 of Gods and Men, French film.
Chocolat.
You're making enemies with our European audience. Number 8, Brooklyn. I know Saoirse Ronan's in it, but I think it's another sort of just like traditional like romance.
Oh.
Yeah, kind of very biblical, theoretically biblical values when it comes to those things. But also just the immigration.
Is that
the
new this
immigration-
year? Like
No,
last year?
2015.
Oh. I haven't heard of it.
But yeah, number 7, Christopher Nolan.
Interstellar.
Nope. 2010s.
No?
Oh, it's Dunkirk.
Dunkirk.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
That's is that the only Christopher
That makes
Nolan
you feel
list on
good?
the movie?
I don't remember feeling good after
Well,
watching.
he said the way Nolan's narrative threads spiral tighter and tighter in tension until a climactic point of release, a glassy-eyed Kenneth Branagh recognizing home as unexpected grace arrives is simply a masterclass of cinematic grandeur. It's like, I would have said Interstellar before I would have said Dunkirk.
Yeah.
Bad
I
list.
suppose, yeah. Well, when we watched it last year, I think we agreed it's just like there is like hope in this movie, but it's like at the very end.
Yeah.
the journey there is holding your breath.
Well, a kid hurts himself on accident. Barry Keoghan's character? Doesn't he just like fall and his
yeah,
head
bonks his head and
dies?
dies.
It's like,
Yeah, that's not edifying.
I feel so good.
All right, number 6, The Kid with a Bike. Looks maybe like French.
Grazie.
Ribaderci.
Yeah.
I think that's Italian.
I was just being,
Number 5,
Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Trilogy.
Is it the Before trilogy?
No, I don't. Or is that might
I thought
be
that
higher
one.
up
I thought
the
that was
list.
on the list.
Early 2000s trilogy.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Come on, you know it. Lord of the Rings.
oh, duh.
How could that not make the list?
Bars.
Bars. kind of talked a little bit more about that in our I don't know what episode that was, the Wes Anderson episode.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit more about the Christian themes.
Mm-hmm.
Great movie. Number 4, Denis Villeneuve.
Arrival.
Oh, yeah.
Number 4, the film is brilliant in form and content, narratively compelling, full of beautiful sounds and images, and most of all provocative in the theological and philosophical questions it ponders.
Yeah, but isn't it sort of like revealed at the end that Amy Adams like had like a failed marriage with Jeremy Renner?
No.
Shut up. They had a kid.
It's been too long.
It's been a while.
That's like a spoiler, so I don't want to say anything.
Yeah.
Is what I said a spoiler?
Well, you're wrong. So, but
Okay.
I clearly don't remember the film very well. I do remember it being. How did he describe it? It sounded good.
Beautiful sound and images. What is it? On the Nature of Daylight?
yes, top 5
The
scores of all time. So good.
the composer is like Johan Johansson.
Yeah.
He passed away, but he did like all of Denis Villeneuve's filmography.
Yeah.
I just wanted to spotlight him.
Number
Spotlight his name.
number 3, A Hidden Life. Terrence Malick, 2019. A true story of an Austrian Christian's resistance to Nazism during World War II. I think I remember seeing the trailer for this back in the day, and I thought it looked really boring. And honestly,
Did that come out? When did that come out?
2019.
I remember that trailer.
I remember, yeah. But he's like, oh, it's a masterclass. Number 2, this is so interesting. Master and Commander, The Far Side of the World.
Yeah, because
That's Steven Seagal.
one of my favorite pastors, Ben Stewart, he talks about this in his book.
Does he?
Yeah, Rest in War.
Does he?
Yeah, he talks about
I've read that book.
yeah, Master and Commander. Talks about the scene where they he breaks off the chains.
More than just the ultimate dad movie.
Yeah.
Peter Weir's Napoleonic wartime saga is an elegant expression of bygone virtues, gallant masculinity instead of toxic masculinity, warrior poet Renaissance men as proficient with Mozart's violin concertos as with naval gunnery and sacrificial service for the protection of home.
What's the Steven Seagal movie I'm thinking of? Where it's like his face next to like a naval war.
I know what you're talking about.
Under Siege.
Under Siege.
I'm just a cook.
Is that a line from it?
Yeah, it's okay.
Cuts to a video of Steven Seagal just like flipping
Doing
people,
Aikido.
strutting around.
Yeah,
I don't-
that movie. Yep, don't watch that movie if you're a kid.
Not
Under
edifying.
Yeah, there's a very famous scene where a girl comes out of a cake, and I'll just say that. So
Okay.
as a kid, I was like, "What?"
What's going on?
I love Steven Seagal.
Maybe.
Under Siege.
Okay, we'll just keep. Number 1, you already know what it is. On his list, his number 1
Tree of
movie,
Life.
Tree of Life.
You watched Tree of Life.
I watched it. I can definitely. I mean, I've read the author's stuff before. Like he's into art house stuff. He's more highbrow, high art consumer, and you kind of got to be that to appreciate Tree of Life. But if you are that, then Tree of Life is like the movie, because it's just so. There's like just some scenes of just nature, like it's just straight up we're watching nature for 15 minutes and then follows the storyline, but it's very not plot heavy. It's very family, just dynamic daily life, examining this boy coming into adulthood. And you can see the themes and like how this could be very personal to people, but for me I was kind of like
That's Brad Pitt and who?
Jessica Chastain.
Oh, okay.
Sean Penn is in it. Yeah. Hopefully on a rewatch I'll enjoy it more. But here he said best Christian film ever made so far this century. The only other film that could come close to claiming that title is also A Hidden Life. It's unconventional to say the least, and it might leave you perplexed on first viewing. But like most great art, Tree of Life's wealth of wisdom and beauty isn't always low-hanging fruit. It's found further up and further in new riches with each viewing.
Is Terrence Malick a Christian?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I I recall some of the other entries. I think the Before trilogy. So before
that is hard.
before sunrise, before sunset, before midnight. I really want to watch those.
Really?
And then I remember 1917 was on there.
1917. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a very edifying film.
Is that radar?
Courage and bravery, sacrifice.
Apparently not. I
What'd you
thought
say?
it was too.
I thought that was radar.
Really not. Anyway, so I'll leave that article in the description if you want to read the full list.
Yeah, I love that the idea of that
idea
sort of list.
Appreciating movies that speak in that specific way of like building you up, encouraging, and
Tell us any movies that maybe you thought of.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got pee.
Riley's about to poop his pants.
And we are not stopping.
We
the
are
recording.
doing the Riley Poop His Pants Riley Poop His Pants podcast.
All right. So stock market
We are in the red. Tariffs.
tariffs, but only on China.
Only sometimes. Sometimes they're not that bad. What is it on? It's Always Sunny. They're doing the little podcast and the technology, the big T.
Today we're gonna be talking
Well, then they
about
bring on
technology.
Dee's boyfriend, who's like the soldier. He's like, and then Dennis is like, am I to understand that there's a war going on? And then Ben's just like, actually there are 2 wars, and he's like, 2 wars? am I understand that? Is that right? Is there a war going on?
Kind of forgot about. I haven't watched It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia for a very long time.
That was our bread and butter back in high school.
That first season, they just really dipped their toes into every sort of controversial topic you could possibly imagine.
That's what we're bringing to the Good Chill Hunting podcast. A little bit of controversy. We're going to stir the pot a little bit.
That's how we get those views. That's how we get subscribers.
Yeah, that's
You mean to tell me there's a tariff war?
There's a tariff in
a
China?
trade war?
Yeah. We kind of have to end the conversation there because Noah and I are very ignorant when it comes to tariffs. Leave a comment.
I try to educate myself, but it's kind of hard to keep up sometimes.
Riley, what are your thoughts on the tariffs taking place in our country and throwing the
And
stock
abroad.
market? Huh?
We're not keeping this in.
We're
We absolutely are.
we're keeping this in. Just like your 5-word summary of your thoughts on tariffs.
I don't want to talk about this.
That was 7. So
Anyway,
Next, we're doing a auction draft. A little twist on our typical drafts this time. We each have $1,000. We picked the order already, so I'll go first. So, for example, if we're doing like MCU movies, I will nominate the movie. Let's say it's Avengers: Infinity War, and I nominate for let's say $50. Then Noah or Josiah can come in. We can go in order. Noah could be like, I bid $75, and Josiah would be like, I'm gonna be out.
what's
So then it goes back and forth with me and Noah.
the starting bid is like just self-determined?
Yep, you determine the
are
starting bid.
the increments?
Nope, you get to decide.
Okay.
So
Do I get to be the auctioneer? Can I get one?
No.
Blah, 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 blah,
Two
blah, two,
to the gentleman in the anime shirt.
so
2 and the gentleman wearing a ball cap to hide his bald spot.
okay. So today we are going to be doing Christopher Nolan / Denis Villeneuve movies for our draft.
Which totals how many movies?
There are a handful of Denis Villeneuve movies that are French that we have not seen or know anything about. So I think there's approximately 7 Denis Villeneuve movies and 12 Christopher Nolan. Or no,
Does that count?
10.
Does that count Following and Insomnia?
Yeah, 12 including Following and Insomnia.
You guys can have those. I don't want them.
Yeah. So there's a relatively low pool to pick from. So we'll cover most of it just with 5 picks each.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So I will go first. Do you guys understand the rules?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So do we just kind of like shout out $1,000?
If you want to lose all your money, then you can't bid the rest of the draft.
Hey, let me borrow some money. Hey, Chris, let me hold $1. So you go first.
Cuts to me like taking out a loan. I
And
need
what's the
more
interest
money
rate on
for
this?
the auction.
25%.
25.
I'm gonna nominate Arrival for $15.
We're gonna start
Oh,
at
that's-
15.
Yeah.
That's that movie
We're
where
gonna be here a long time.
where Amy.
Well, you can go up and you could say 100 if you want to, and then
100.
goes to you. Are you in or out?
Oh, so we do it in turn.
yeah, we go. Yeah,
And for that reason, I'm out. This is actually Shark Tank.
105.
Today, Sharks, I would like to be
We're
presented.
gonna be here so long.
Then
if we go
then give me the movie.
106.
107 and 50 cents.
Okay, I'm out.
I'll just say 107 then.
No, 108. You got to round up.
Okay, 108.
So Josiah's got it.
No, 109.
No,
You
I'm
just
saying
said-
Riley has to round up.
So I got Arrival.
Okay, so you nominate. I guess initially I was like,
The
are we
order
just going
is
in
not
order?
that significant.
Yeah.
Sure.
You just nominate the movie.
Okay, should I have Christopher Nolan and Denis Villeneuve's
You should.
movies pulled up?
It would be helpful.
I guess I should do that then.
And anytime.
And Noah, you're up.
I nominate Prisoners.
I'm out.
$100.
$105.
$106.
$125.
I get $150.
$175.
$200.
Riley, say 201. Noah told me while you were taking a poop that he wasn't going to go over 200.
I'm out.
200.
Yep.
Scooby Dooby Doo.
Okay. I am nominating Interstellar starting at a cool 200.
250.
Yeah, right. 275.
300.
I guess I'm out since you guys didn't even consider me.
I don't think we have to go in order. You just at an
Yeah, just
auction.
bid.
You're just shouting out your
Bid.
bids.
I'm out.
What did you say?
I mean, I
300.
don't want to be out, but it's already up to $300.
350.
I'm out.
Loser. I'm a winner. You're a loser.
I think we're going to run out of money really fast.
Well, that's what we got to get the heavy hitters in early.
You go again.
Dark Knight.
I'm out.
What are you nominating
Oh.
it for?
$50.
75.
125.
130.
See, the thing is, if I just don't look at how much money I have, I feel like I have as much money as I want. What do you say?
130.
1,000.
150.
Come on, Riley. It's in your Letterboxd top 4.
170.
I'm out.
Okay.
I nominate. Let's go. The Prestige. The Prestige, starting at $25.
75. Can I go to 75? But we got
I'm
80.
out.
We got 80.
I would go 100.
I'm sure you would. I'm out.
A cheap movie.
Hear that? Noah's got a cheap movie.
The twist is that they're twins. We've spoiled it before.
Noah's trying to spoil every good movie.
I'm gonna nominate Dune Part 2.
I'm out.
For how much?
$50.
How much? Oh, wait. Riley, how much you have? 722?
You see, though, Riley really likes
That's
Dune Part
true.
2. You're already out. You said 50. I say 100.
105.
110.
125.
Go up to 200.
175.
Riley, wasn't Timothy Chalamet like really good in that movie?
He's like really good as Paul.
He like trained the sandworm.
I'm out.
I'm like, yeah, I think Timothy Chalamet was pretty good in Dune Part 2. It was nominated for Best Picture.
So now he is.
Wait, so I can only get 5 total? What if I have extra money left at the end?
Then that would be a
Yeah.
mistake on your part.
Mistake. So yeah.
Oh.
I'm learning so much as we go.
It seems like I made a mistake. Wait, what's the?
It's me now.
What I was gonna say, what's the money situation?
Riley got 722. I got 650. You got 525.
Yeah.
Ew.
I have a Guilford.
I'm gonna do I'm nominating Oppenheimer.
My eyes are seeing Oppenheimer.
250.
275.
280.
290.
300.
I'm out.
I'm out.
Okay.
My eyes.
Yeah.
I see it, Oppenheimer.
So you got to go again.
No, I did 2.
I am going to nominate Memento.
I want that.
See, I have a condition. And it's starting at $50.
Only every time I see you. 75.
100.
How do I have 650 and I only have one movie?
Yeah.
Spent a lot of money on Interstellar. What did you say? 100?
100.
125.
Are you?
I'm out.
You said 120. 125. Let's go 175.
If Noah gets this, then that means he has a lot of money left for his last. Noah
Yeah.
got a lot of small bids on his earlier ones, which frankly worked out for him. 200.
Okay, I'm out.
The Memento.
What's that? Josiah's got 2 movies. How much money he got? He doesn't have very much, does he?
Okay.
450. I got more money than Josiah.
Now it's your turn.
Who was it when we did the Riley Hughes draft? Who was your favorite actor? Or who did we say?
Robert Pattinson.
And Ryan
I
Gosling.
thought it was Ryan Gosling.
No, it was Rob. I think someone picked Robert Pattinson. Someone picked Ryan Gosling.
I picked Blade Runner 2049.
You never even seen that movie.
I want it so Riley can't have it.
What are you nominated for? How much money?
100.
Oh man.
He's got 3, 4, 5.
Be aware that I'm prepared to do whatever it takes.
125, because I think I would like that movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen it actually.
150.
200.
I'm out. I've never seen the movie.
Ryan Gosling, he's so dreamy too.
Oh, and Ana de Armas.
I'm out.
Let's go.
Is it Ana de Armas or Arnis?
Armas. Ana de Armas.
I don't know, I think it was an N.
I don't know.
Go on, say Dune Part 1.
Baba zing, baba za. And we're going to nominate Inception.
How much?
25.
100. Besides, like, I'm out of money.
Why? We all have 3. Okay. 125.
Okay, so Josiah's got 250. Stop. I've got $525. So
Go ahead, bet 500.
the thing is, how many movies are left that I want? We've said most of the good movies.
Oh, there's some good ones still left.
No, there's not.
Yeah, there
You're
is.
lying. There's
I'm
not
not-
any.
I'm not.
Oh, I'm seeing Sicario on there.
Yeah.
You said what? 125?
I said
130.
100.
Okay.
I said 100.
Oh, 125 then.
No,
No.
130.
No, you said 125 because I was gonna do 122. You said 125. I promise you.
What movie are we talking about again?
Inception.
Inception.
130.
175.
200.
Yeah, I nominate time at the end of
By
Inception.
Hans Zimmer. 225.
249.
How much money?
Come on, let a po' boy get this one.
Josiah is 250 for the audience.
Then you would end with only 4 movies.
No, he could bid for $1.
So I finished that with Insomnia. 250. Inception. This is a good movie.
255.
Really? Wait, you got... Okay, so how... 260.
300.
How... What? How much money do I have?
Yeah, I 2025.
305.
I'm out.
Is that the highest bid so far for Inception?
I got 350 on
You said,
Interstellar.
you said 305?
Yeah, you started out kind of strong.
I wanted my favorite movie. One of my favorite movies.
305, I believe it was.
Europe.
No, we're in the U.S. But I guess it is my
That
turn.
was so funny.
Okay. Sicario. 100.
125.
How much money do I have?
220.
220.
221.
We really got to examine the movies we have left.
That's the problem here is we've got
220.
Dunkirk, Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises,
Dune Part 1.
Tenet, Dune Part 1, Enemy.
222.
Sicario, Dia de las...
You can have it.
Day of the Soldado. They combined English and Spanish.
I thought that was a very strange sequel.
It is.
Like
Wait.
the fact that it got made at all.
Wait, did I win that?
Yeah.
Ooh.
You said, what'd you say?
222.
222.
Got $3. That's a lie. He's got $8.
No, I have 28.
Oh, sorry.
$28. That was a lot of money back in 5th grade.
Too bad you're not in 5th grade.
Riley?
Okay, no, you...
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm going to do Dune Part 1
I'm out.
I'm out.
for $1.
No, wait.
How would...
I just forgot.
Oh, man. I totally... Forgot how that worked.
Congratulations, Riley. You put the wool over our eyes.
Okay.
I'm going to do Tenet for $421.
Congratulations.
Okay, yeah, that's yours. Can I see the list? What we have at our disposal?
You got Enemy. You have the Batman Begins, The Dark Knight Rises, Insomnia, Following.
Yikes! Should have used my money more
Maybe I said the Batman
wisely.
Begins.
I guess. Let's go. Batman Begins. Do we get anything if we have?
No.
Okay, the starting bid of $29.
Well, yeah. Dang it.
So decide which movie do you want for $28?
Well, you know what is in the? You know what movie's not in the Letterboxd top 250? Batman Begins. You know what is? The Dark Knight Rises. And I think it's worth $28.
Sure.
How's that in the top 250?
It's like number 75. It's so high up.
It's because back in 2012 or 2014, 2012, a lot of people were active on IMDb, and in 2025, less people are voting on movies, probably overall. Therefore, the number's down. So I ended with the most money.
But doesn't
So that means I get to steal one.
No.
I steal
We get steal.
Oppenheimer from Riley for $191.
He's allowed to do that.
Really?
I think so.
All right, that was our auction draft. I drafted Arrival, The Dark Knight, Oppenheimer, Dune, Tenet, Noah.
Prisoners, The Prestige, Dune Part 2, Inception, Batman Begins.
Okay, I had Interstellar, Memento, Blade Runner 2049, Sicario, and The Dark Knight Rises.
Tell us who won in the comments. Please.
That was fun. I like that.
What is it from front hand, backhand? Next time, like once I understand the rules, I'm gonna get you back.
Would you guys would have done that differently?
Yeah, I wouldn't have donated Dune Part 1 to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably would have played it a little differently.
Wait, what was your final pick? Tenet?
Tenet.
It's
a good movie.
I think I might have picked
People have.
I think I might have picked Tenet over Batman Begins. So
Okay. Well,
that's another borp there. Okay. Trivia. Riley, bring us in with those buzzers.
who won last week?
Noah. No, wait. Yeah, no.
There was dessert trivia. You won.
I won. It was Kevin James trivia.
Oh yeah, because it was so bad I forgot about it.
I think you won.
You won.
Yeah, because it was so easy.
I'm gonna make him tailored to Riley next time.
Wait, you tailor it to Noah?
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess I have one win. These two have 0. Okay, Riley. Okay, so this week's trivia is 2000s comedies. It's a very wide umbrella.
A lot
here.
of sound effects.
A
lot of.
That was my Wilhelm scream. Ow! Let's begin. Question number 1. Featuring Jennifer Aniston and Steve Carell, this 2003 comedy of biblical proportions tells Josiah.
Bruce Almighty.
That's correct.
Not Evan Almighty, mind you.
Mm-hmm.
Though we did watch that movie a lot growing up.
Yep.
It was rated PG.
And it had God in it, but in like a edifying. Wow. He learned to love the stray dog at the end of the movie. Question number 2. Seth and Evan are finally able to secure alcohol for Jules's party after stealing it from another party and hauling it in this type of cleaning solution container. Riley.
Bleach?
Incorrect.
That's what I was going to say. This type of cleaning solution container.
Josiah.
Pine Sol.
Incorrect. Laundry detergent. So you're
Yeah.
right off the mark there. Or just off the mark there. Question number 3. This movie released 20 years ago this year and almost certainly wouldn't exist if it was conjured up in the modern day, namely due to the main character impersonating a developmentally delayed Special Olympics contestant in order... Josiah.
The Ringer.
That is correct.
Was it something about you scratched my CD?
Yeah. You scratched my CD in broad daylight.
That's the only reference I've heard to that movie.
Johnny Knoxville. Question number 4. In a time where to be different was to be condemned, and to be condemned was to die, one man chose to question his God. These are the words uttered in Kirk Lazarus's latest Hollywood release, Satan's Alley, where he co-stars alongside Riley.
Tobey Maguire.
That's correct.
Yeah, I knew that.
Question number 5. It seems like every book was getting a live-action adaptation in the 2000s, including this childhood icon. Often described as a fever dream of a movie, it includes Josiah.
The Cat in the Hat?
That is correct.
Darn it.
Yeah.
Includes a titular character cracking adult jokes, sporting a Rasta cap, and causing all-around destruction with the help of Thing 1 and 2.
I watched that movie back in 2019 for the bit.
That movie seems like a fever dream. Like I just watched a clip of the Rasta cap clip where he dressed up like a hippie. Bizarre. Like that's a kid's movie.
Well, yeah. There's one where the cat is like a pinata, and then I think he gets smashed in the balls, and it's just like he turns into like an opera singer for kind of like how you would like maybe in like a Looney Tunes clip, but it's all live action. It's very strange. And then there's some very like he's a news broadcaster at one point, and he's like, I would know how to get rid of you and hide the body or something. Like just
I saw that.
How
And
is
he
this-
had like a gardening hoe. He's like, "You dirty hoe." Nah, I still love you, babe, or something. So it's like That
very much obviously for kids, but for adults, and this is like not landing for either.
yeah. Who in Hollywood was like, let's take Dr. Seuss's beloved Cat in the Hat
Everyone likes
and
Mike Myers.
Yeah,
Austin Powers was hilarious.
the very top trivia piece on the Cat in the Hat movie is that the role almost went to Tim Allen.
Ugh. That's even worse.
That would have been bad.
Oh man,
So I won.
you did win.
You did.
Would you? Do you think you were like?
I studied for this, and none of the movies I studied for were all
It
the
was
5
a
questions,
wide. Well, okay, we'll do the bonus here.
which is very unfortunate.
Okay, bonus question. Between the years 2000 and 2009, Will Ferrell starred in 24 different comedy movies. I want you to name 5 of them. Riley.
Elf, Talladega Nights, Anchorman, Old School, Zoolander.
There you go.
Nice.
Kicking
and screaming.
Zoolander, Old School, Elf, Anchorman.
Wait. Can we try to get the other ones?
Yeah, I just said.
Wait, what did you say? Yeah,
Oh no, you said. Yeah.
Kicking and Screaming.
Yep.
And
I don't have all of them right here, but
Land of the Lost.
Yep.
Is everything
Wedding
else
Crashers.
considered? Step Brothers.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah.
Wedding Crashers. He was in that for sure. Like 100%.
I thought I had. Okay, that maybe is I had the
Did you
wiki.
say Anchorman?
I had the wiki pulled up and I.
Step Brothers. Talladega Nights.
Why are you sweating?
I was watching Cops.
Why are you sweating?
Is he Starsky and Hutch?
Yeah, he is. That's one of them.
Stranger Affectionate comedy.
Yep, that's one of them. A movie about an animated movie about a little monkey,
Curious George.
and he's co-starred alongside John Heder.
Blades of Glory.
And this one is about basketball.
Semi-pro.
Semi-pro.
The-
Land of Lost, was that
I
2000?
said that.
2009. I think there's 2 more here. One of them is it's a musical. Originally starred Nathan Lane.
The producers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this one.
Bewitched.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're like, I can see the list. Anyway. Oh, I hear crying in the background. That means it's.
Right. Oh, that's just me.
Yeah. All right. So Josiah won trivia. 1 to
job.
1 to 0. Riley, what's trivia for next week?
DC movies.
Washington, D.C.
Mount Vernon,
What is National Treasure?
the Washington Monument,
Monticello.
No.
the Smithsonian, but like the one that's
Detective
about air
Comics
space,
movies. So
Okay.
like Sherlock Holmes.
Just like the DCEU or
DC overall. So it can include the DCU. Include
like
Dark
Catwoman.
Yep.
That's my impression of Cat. All right. Very good.
Very good.
Very bad.
Thanks for watching. Let us know what edifying movies we should watch, especially ones that center on a father-son dynamic.
And who won the draft? Me.
And what's your favorite hamburger topping? I think mustard would be mine.
No.
And bacon? Is that considered a topping? Shoot.
Change my answer.
Let us know.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.